So it's a windy Tuesday evening, and I'm at Bybergsanden beach, going for a little walk where I want to keep testing out handheld vlogging with the Canon R6 Mark II. And today I'm using the very tiny RF 16mm f2.8 lens. So we finally have a clear blue sky, but the wind is strong and kind of cold, even though the temperature is I think it's 15 degrees. But out here at the coast it feels kind of chilly, so I'm glad I have my puffer jacket on. So this tiny little lens also uses tiny little filters. The filter diameter is 43mm. So I have a very cheap ND filter on. I hope it's doing its job, but I think maybe it will give some vignetting. So I will see that when I review the footage after I get home. So I'm filming in C-Log 3 because I'm continuing my experiments with trying to color grade this type of footage. It's kind of fun trying to play with the colors, but I'm not always very satisfied with the results I get. So there's no lens stabilization in this tiny little lens. So I put on the electronic stabilization, and I'm guessing the camera IBIS is also working. Hopefully I will avoid having too much of that dreadful IBIS wobble in this footage. I'm trying to walk slowly, trying to keep the camera as steady as possible. So this 16mm lens has probably been my favorite vlogging lens on the R8. This camera is slightly bigger, but it's still not that big and not that heavy, so if I can get reasonably decent footage with this setup, that would be great. So for audio today, I'm using the DJI Mic Mini. I have the wind muff on, but I'm not sure if that's good enough. I think I will struggle with the wind noise, but we'll see. Maybe I can remove some of it in the post-production. I think maybe I'll just walk here on the backside of the sand dunes. Maybe they will give me some shelter from the wind at least. So there's a little drainage canal coming down here. So I'm not sure if I can jump across. Oh yeah, here. So I think this beach I'm on now is actually called Hellestø beach, and many of my videos have been up there on that hill. Here you can see on the horizon where there is a radar tower on top of it. This lens is too wide to really show it off, but that's where I am. And if I would turn around and walk the opposite way, I would end up at Sele beach. So this wind is making it quite uncomfortable. I think maybe I'll turn back and go back the other way and find some shelter from the wind. But there's quite a lot of people out walking today. I want to see if I can just climb over this sand dune and walk on the backside of it. The sand is so loose. It's not easy walking here. Just try to zigzag as I'm climbing here because it's very steep. This tall grass is not making it easy, just walking down there. So I want to see if I can find a trail going down to the backside of this huge sand dune. So now I've changed to the 35mm, the RF 35mm f1.8 lens, and this lens has lens stabilization. So I've turned off the electronic stabilization and just want to test out what the lens stabilization and the camera IBIS can do. As I'm walking on the backside of these sand dunes, it's getting pretty dark because the sun is about to set. So this lens is absolutely not ideal for this kind of selfie vlogging because it's too narrow. Even if I stretch my arm as far as I can, it is still too narrow. So now I've turned on the digital image stabilization just to see how it can work together with the IBIS and the lens stabilization. It's getting very dark close to the ground, so I turned the ISO up a little bit, so it's now on 1600. So we are losing daylight earlier and earlier for every day, and it's beginning to be a problem vlogging, because especially during the weekdays when I'm mostly at work during the daylight hours, and as soon as I finish work it is already starting to get dark. So that is pretty annoying. One of my least favorite things about the winter. So of all the lenses I've tested out lately, this is probably my least favored vlogging lens. I like it for photography, but for filming I do prefer having a zoom and also a wider lens. Yesterday I was out testing the RF 24 to 105 millimeter f4 to 7.1 lens, and that is pretty close to what I would say is my favorite lens. 24 is a little bit too narrow for talk to the camera while walking shots, but also the 15 to 30 is also pretty good. Both those lenses has lens stabilization. But I think I like the image coming out of the two old EF lenses, 16 to 35 and the 17 to 40. And between those two, even though the 16 to 35 is f2.8 lens, I actually think I prefer the oldest of them two. That's the 17 to 40. I really love the glass in that lens, but again you have the problem with the lack of lens stabilization and the wobble on the wider focal length. So this is just ridiculous how tight this lens is. It's totally useless for this kind of vlogging. So I'm back in the car. Still on the 35mm lens. Now it's on f1.8. ISO is at 800. I'm shooting in 1/50, 24 frames per second, and this was kind of a failed experiment. I was thinking maybe if I put the camera on this little vlogging handle from Canon, I foolishly was thinking that I could use the 35mm because that is a relatively small lens with image stabilization and a very good lens for photography, but useless for this kind of vlogging. I'm eager to go back and just have a look at the walking shots, but anyway, the tiny little 16mm lens is maybe my favorite like grab and go vlogging lens, but I haven't looked at the footage yet to see if the wobble is too destructive for the footage. So that's something I will have to check when I get back home, because if that lens can give me good enough footage, then I will always keep that lens in my camera bag, just when I don't want to carry around too big of a gear setup.